Let me adjust this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another live stream. I think I should start it off by saying we are live or something. I also got to get what is it, a stream deck or whatever. Guys, let me give a full breakdown on what I'm doing. So I'm going to be filling out every single state, preferably trying to find polling on as many as possible. I think I might do this every Saturday night or possibly once a week. It's just filling out every state. Some people find it interesting. You could find it repetitive. I understand. But let's be honest, this is just one time every 4 years we get to do this. So I'm going to be filling it out. And then you guys can give me your reactions to how accurate you think the map is going to be. And listen, let's actually give some context to this first. We do have this new update. Republicans are taking some victory laps. You can see the shift from them going from Biden to Kamala. There does need to be some context. What's going on, everyone? But listen, let's understand something. There's a few of these that don't have any polls. So you see no shift, but there's 0 polls done on it. I'm guessing Nevada slightly would shift for Harris. I'm guessing Virginia probably would slightly shift for Harris. So this is good. We're seeing slight movements for Harris, but it was expected. The polls from 2016 were horrid. Yeah, I agree with you. Polls are just, to see Trump up by that much was pretty crazy. But so I will start, and I'm just going to fill out all the states just going from west to east rather than just wait for the swing states. I'm just not going to do that. And I'm going to try and color code it. Normally how I do the color coding, I think I'm going to do it. If it's dark, it's a lock. If it's dark, it's a lock. That's how I'll do it. So Washington, I have to give it a lock to Kamala. I have to with Washington. It's just there's just no chance. There's no chance for Washington this year. Maybe in like 2032. Maybe in like 2032. Next we've got Oregon. I want to see if there was that one poll that was even they have Oregon lighter shaded. This is the interesting poll from Emerson, but this was from a while ago. This is the problem. Biden expanded the lead that Hillary had. Hillary only won Oregon by 10 points, and Biden won it by 16. The most recent poll had Biden up by 16. Listen, Oregon seems like it's going to be a very... What is that secondary? Oh, this is like glitched or something. But Oregon's going to be a very safe Kamala Harris state, I would imagine. California, same thing. We know California. I will see if there's any polls in California. There were some polls with Biden and Trump. Yeah, it's just not going to happen in California, let's be honest. It's not going to happen in California. Moving on for the next state is Idaho. I don't even think there's a single poll in Idaho. Idaho, obviously. Going to Trump, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, all going for Trump. Utah. There was in 2016, they thought McMuffin was going to win it. And we will talk about Nevada. So the first big swing states, if you want to call it that, it is still only 6 electoral votes, but that's a 12 vote swing if Trump wins it. So it is still an important state. Nevada, the recent polls, this is Trump versus Biden. He's been up. I don't think we've seen a single poll for Trump versus Kamala in Nevada specifically. Recently though, I'm saying, yeah, see, there was one poll before it was announced. Trump was plus 10. But this is all prior to Harris being the nominee. But I still think Trump wins Nevada. But there's missing context there. I would say, I don't know why this color-coded thing it's not correct, the way it switches. But we will go to Arizona next. Arizona, another big... Well, let's actually do this. We'll do Alaska. We'll do Hawaii. I want to see if there's that one Hawaii poll really quickly. There was a Hawaii poll that had Trump trailing by 1. I'm not even kidding. They don't even show it. It was a crap pollster, that's why. Arizona is next. Arizona, we do have Trump versus Harris polling. There's been several polls that have come out recently, or at least one that's come out recently. Trump plus 5. Listen, Trump's maintained a nice lead over Biden in Arizona. He's got a nice lead over Harris. I don't see any reason why Trump cannot win Arizona. Similar to Nevada. Next, you do have New Mexico. So we were kind of hoping that New Mexico possibly would be maybe a little bit of a swing. I highly doubt there's any polling at this point from Harris and Trump. But you do have Biden sitting +7, +8. It should be a state I'll give it to Harris at this point. It's not a state I can really go too aggressive for Trump. It's unlikely. I think we were kind of hoping that if Biden still had that terrible approval rating, then, they kept him. There was a chance in New Mexico, and technically there was. Next, you do have Colorado. Colorado's kind of interesting. Certainly, it's gotten a lot of liberals moving there. There's not that one poll that I wanted. There was one poll that had Trump only down 2, but no, I do think Colorado's going to go to Harris. Probably pretty dark. I mean, these things they're not coded properly. All right, we'll just make it we'll just make it like that, I guess. Next, you do have Nebraska statewide. Obviously, Trump's going to win. There's the first, and then the only one that's a big question for Trump or Harris will be the second district. And right now, it's really unknown what's going to happen there. But I think I'll give it to Trump based off of, Trump was leading everything. Let's be honest. We're going to give it to him. Next, you do have Kansas. Trump's going to win that for sure. Oklahoma, Texas. I did see a liberal put out a scenario where Harris wins Texas and wins like all these states. It was just farming for interactions. Unfortunately, people fell for it. It's very sad. Next, you do have Minnesota. So, there's been some concerns in Minnesota recently. I'm not going to lie. There's been a few polls that I've seen. Yeah, there's some issues here with Harris sitting +8. I think with a scenario like this, I am going to have to give this to Harris at this point. I think there's still a chance for sure Trump can win Minnesota, but based off of the recent polling, I'm being realistic, let's be honest. Iowa for sure to Trump, Missouri to Trump, Arkansas for Trump, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana. Illinois, there's some interesting polls with Illinois where it was a single-digit lead for Biden. Yeah, this recent Illinois, Emerson, are these polls from freaking October? I mean, what's the point? Can we get a poll out of Illinois, maybe? Illinois is going to go to Harris, let's be honest. I think it's very safe to Harris. Next, you do have Wisconsin. Wisconsin is another swing state. We will take a look at some Wisconsin polls. There's not a ton, but you do have some Trump-Harris polls here. And Trump these are some very, very, very close polls. Holy crap. But I do agree with what the chat was saying earlier before I came on. I do think that Wisconsin is probably the most likely at this point to go to Trump, depending on if Shapiro is the VP pick. It depends on that. If Shapiro isn't and it's like Mark Kelly, I could see Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania's always kind of been a swing. So we will give Trump narrowly Wisconsin. Michigan, another huge swing states. Michigan, right now Trump's sitting +1, very early polling. And again, guys, these numbers are very good for Trump. This is, with all the Harris hype, it's going to die down. That's going to inevitably push Trump back up to 3 or 4, you would think, against Harris. And also, Harris is just very unlikable in general. So I think Trump would take Michigan. Very, very light red. It's going to be a close state. Ohio's going to Trump for sure. West Virginia is going to Trump. We'll do Florida for sure to Trump. I've been seeing some polls in Florida. Oh, this thing's glitching again. Oh my God. All right, there we go. Florida polls have Trump like +9, +10, I think. But there's not a ton out of Florida. It's funny how Florida's kind of irrelevant now. Both Florida and Ohio. I wonder if there's any polls out of Ohio. It's Trump-Biden. Trump sitting +10 at this point. We will go to Georgia next. This is the one where they think Harris is going to perform better. The recent polls, these are like post-Harris being the nominee. You can see the difference. I mean, they're still counting this Atlanta poll that has Trump +10. That's a bit of an outlier, I will say. So it seems like Trump has a narrow lead in... Get this Geico off there. I think Trump has a narrow lead in Georgia right now. But certainly, Georgia is a state to watch for Harris potentially to flip. But I will give Trump Georgia, South Carolina. North Carolina is another swing state. Trump's won it the last 2 cycles. I wonder if there's actually any North Carolina polling with... No, there isn't, because I think I would have seen it. Or maybe there is some. Let's take a look. There's one poll in October. It's meaningless. I'm going to stick with Trump in North Carolina. There's not a lot of polling. This is based off of metrics. Trump's approval rating has gone so high now. It's at like, I mean, it's like -3. He's going to have a high approval rating going into the White House. I'm pretty confident on that. You do have Virginia up next. Virginia is similar to Minnesota to a degree. I think Virginia might be closer in terms of Trump possibly winning. This was relatively recently. Harris sitting +5. I'd probably give Harris for Virginia right now, honestly, in a close win. Next, you do have, I guess we will go to Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is the state everyone's talking about. I mean, listen, Republicans could lose Pennsylvania and still win the election for sure. Fox News recently had a tie. When you include everyone, they don't even have an option for that. But I would say right now, these are other polls that just came out. Emerson and this poll, Trump +2, Trump +2. Depends if she picks Shapiro. It would probably be a pure toss-up if she picks Shapiro. Right now, I think Trump has the edge in terms of that state. Let me color code this. Next, you do have New York. I mean, I think New York's kind of interesting, honestly. I think Trump could beat Harris in New York. I'm not gonna lie. I think Trump. Let's see what they have. I mean, these are great numbers for Trump, +7. That's a recent poll in June. Listen, New York is an interesting state. It seems very unlikely. I can't give it to Trump right now. I need to see better numbers. I don't think Harris is a complete lock to win it, but it's pretty close. And then all these other states, I guess Maine is the other one. The at-large Maine, the one district for sure is going to go to Trump. The other district is going to go to Harris. First district goes to Trump. Second district goes to Harris. Just making it easy. And then the at-large Maine, it's hard to say. They have it as a slight, there was that weird poll that came out. I'd probably give Maine at-large to Harris right now, honestly. I think it's a toss-up either way. Next, we do have, I think Jill Stein wins New Hampshire. So Jill Stein takes New Hampshire. Imagine. I do like that green color, but when it comes to New Hampshire, I think Harris also wins New Hampshire right now. Those seems like she appeals more to those type of states. I do think if RFK Jr. endorses Trump, we'll give it to Trump. RFK Jr. probably endorses him, let's be honest. All of these other states, I don't think we really have to talk about. Massachusetts, Rhode Island's for sure, DC for sure, Maryland for sure. Delaware, you might be able to argue it's a little bit more of a toss-up. We're going to give it to her. New Jersey would be the other one you might be able to argue. I'm not really going to give it to her right now. So this is probably the electoral map I would look at, and I think Trump probably only improves from here with around 317. Thoughts on Jill Stein? I mean, I don't know why she continues to run. It's kind of a waste of time. I mean, maybe she just likes to see her name up there. She likes to see her name up there. Main district is the other way around. You're right, it is. I read that wrong. So yeah, that doesn't change it though. DC area ruins Virginia. I agree. There's so many transplants that don't live in DC because DC is a mess in terms of the population density. Washington State has been unfortunately blue since I was born. Been blue for 40 years. Yeah, I don't see Washington State really changing at all in terms of that. Maybe we'll get more polls out of Washington, but it's very unlikely. Based on the margins that Biden was able to expand, I just don't see there's any chance for Trump there. We're too partisan. Now, they did have a predictor right now. They've got it at 219 to 208. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Maine is a Harris lean. I'd probably say it's a toss-up. But Minnesota and New Mexico, yes. And then these would all be the swing states. I mean, you could argue these, but again, we need more polling. Certainly. Flip Minnesota and Virginia. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Thoughts on Kamala in the Rust Belt without Shapiro? Similar to Biden, in my opinion. Well, I think Kamala without a Rust Belt, even with a Rust Belt VP, she's going to perform worse than Biden did in the Rust Belt. She's going to get trounced in the Rust Belt. It's a joke. Like, what you're hearing now, I think we just have to calm down. And it's going to change significantly over the next few weeks. Fox News polls underestimate Republicans. Well, a lot of them do. A lot of them do. What do you think about Trump saying we wouldn't have to vote for 4 more years. Well, that was actually out of context. They didn't include the end of what Trump said. He said, we're going to have it so good the voting doesn't matter. He didn't say it's a dictatorship. He said it's going to be so good, it's not going to matter. I want a red Minnesota so bad. Well, it certainly looked like it with Biden, or it looks close. Look, I think Minnesota is going to be a swing state still. I want to see Van Jones cry on national TV. I mean, he does it every appearance. He cries. It's a fake cry, though. I've seen New Mexico switch in your lifetime. Yeah, I don't think it's going to switch back with Albuquerque. You're right. Probably not. Think it's super cool how you cover both sports and politics. Thanks, man. Many Cali transplants in Washington. Too many, yeah. They're lingering to Washington. You're right. Washington and Colorado. This is Harris's peak, all downhill from here. Well, they're going to argue that the VP pick is going to give her more momentum in the DNC. That's what they'll argue. Did we lose Maine at large? No, they've always had it as a Democrat lean, which I don't agree with. Because these are the recent things? Wow, really? They recently moved Minnesota from a toss-up to a leans Dem. That's off of that bullshit poll that came out. The Fox poll came out with with Harris +6, and then the other one, the survey, whatever USA poll, had Harris +10. These were good moment shifts for Trump. New Hampshire becomes a toss-up. Virginia becomes a toss-up. Wow, they're really slow to update these. This is like not even one per month. But that's interesting. Recently, they shifted it back. Look at this. National average. Trump sitting +3.1. Thoughts on Virginia? I think it's red, just a gut feeling, with solid red in the 90s to 2004. Yeah, no, I could see Virginia. I'm actually starting to think Virginia over Minnesota goes red when I had it flipped like a month ago. I wish there was a chance we could see New York flip in our lifetime. I don't see it. Yeah, it's going to be very hard. I think she'll probably win it by 16 or 17, honestly. Maybe like 13 or 14. I think those polls with Biden were pretty crazy to have Trump within 10. I mean, the demographics just don't allow it. The guy who predicted Trump's assassination said that a red wave would come out of Michigan. Well, yeah, I mean, Michigan's going to be a close state, but I think Trump wins it right now. Hope Virginia goes back Republican. Yeah, Virginia could be a key state. Trump is coming to your town. What was he in St. Cloud, Minnesota, I saw? If Trump can turn New York red, California can go red too. No. I think California's an entirely different beast. I mean, Trump's probably going to lose it by like 26 points. Flat Earth Society, what's up, man? Does Harris even have a real chance of winning? No. Do you think they will find a way to rig the election? I mean, listen, like, I don't know how to answer something like that. Listen, I think Trump's going to win the election. That's what I'll say. But, like, the whole thing that, like, the thing that I want, this is what I want. If we can get a result, like, and I saw, I don't know when the headline came out, but someone screenshotted it, and they're like, voting counting the votes in Pennsylvania is expected to last 3 or 4 days again. How is that possible? We got to stop that. That can't happen again. You can't be counting votes for 3 days. That's ridiculous. Harris is apparently ignoring the Rust Belt to focus on the Sun Belt. Well, that's a very risky strategy. Well, that would be the Mark Kelly strategy, I think, if she does that. Thoughts on Florida? Trump probably wins it by about 9 or 10, maybe more. But I know the polls have been around 9 or 10 in Florida. Do you think Florida is a lock for Republicans? Yes. I wish we could see Illinois red, but Chicago ruins it. Yeah, I think Illinois is going to go to Biden by like 13 or 14, honestly. Tomorrow he's in Deal, New Jersey. Yeah, he had a rally in New Jersey during the spring, and it went really well, apparently. If Trump wins Georgia, a lot of scenarios open up. Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, we can math it out right now if you want to flip up all the toss-ups and even just these toss-ups right here. This is giving Harris both Minnesota and Virginia. And so Trump's at 240, she's at 221, and there are a number of toss-ups. The Rust Belt is going to be the most important, but Trump's already at 240. He's at 259 now with just Pennsylvania. I mean, you take a state that you've won the last two election cycles, you win without these four states even mattering in that scenario. That you're right. Georgia's very key. 16 electoral votes. People forget that. Lichtman is a clown. He has Harris winning the scandal key when she knew. Oh, dude, don't even pay attention to that. That's so ridiculous. He's got a vendetta against Trump. Most of his keys they're opinionated. It's not a model. His keys are opinionated. So if you have somebody that's partisan doing the keys, which he is, he's admitted he hates Trump. What is the point of even having a model if it's an opinionated model by someone that's admittedly against one of the candidates? It makes no sense. We need to see the vaccine dance. Yeah, that got me freaking a copyright strike. Or it didn't give me a copyright strike, but they just took all my ad revenue for that live stream. It's bullshit. If I wouldn't have had the sound on, it probably would have been fine. What about Maryland? Yeah, Maryland's not happening. Trump needs Georgia, absolutely needs it. I think Georgia's very key. The guy who predicted the last 9 elections, well, are you talking about Leakman? I have a feeling the cheating goes all the way back post JFK. I mean, there's a lot of corrupt things. It's hard to really pinpoint. Georgia only close because of Atlanta? Yeah, of course. Trump held a rally in Minnesota today, so it's definitely still on the table. Yeah, I know, but he does sometimes go to, like, he's going to, they just said he's going to New Jersey soon, like tomorrow, so sometimes he goes to, I'm sure he's still, certainly, I think he has a chance to win Minnesota. With Biden, he was, like, practically leading, or it was a toss-up. How much black support does Harris lose if she picks Buttigieg? Yeah, Buttigieg is a soft clown. Buttigieg is pussy whipped by the Democratic Party. I don't know if she loses much black supports because it's mainly black women voting Democrat anyways. So I'm not sure. But Buttigieg I don't think would be a good choice. For someone like Harris, she needs I mean, I don't know, there's stuff coming out about Shapiro's having some issues apparently. Yeah, nerd. That's exactly what I'm saying. He says it's science. How is it science? It's opinionated based off of circumstantial things that happen during an election cycle. How is that science? I mean, you could have a Republican argue against like 7 of those, and Trump would have 10 of the keys. That doesn't make any sense. It's not an algorithm that he inputs data. It's an opinionated thing, and he's partisan. A lot of the historians that they reference. Remember the historians that came out and said Trump's the worst president in history? That's totally fake. It's not even possible to rank Trump. They have to wait years before Trump's out of office to rank him. So it's total crap. Honestly, starting to think Kamala is going to win now. I mean, I think you're just letting the media get to you. We need debates to expose her. There's gonna be debates. There's gonna be debates for sure. The Candyman, what's up, bro? Rachel Maddow going to a camp. I mean, she said it. She said it, not me. Feel like Dems are gonna riot if Trump wins. I mean, yeah, they will, but I don't think it'll be like BLM. I don't think it'll be BLM. How different is this as far as mail-in nonsense compared to 2020? Well, I mean, I think we all think there's going to be less mail-in ballots because that was the whole COVID bullshit, and that's the excuse they use. But there's still going to be plenty of mail-in ballots in 2024. I'm pretty sure on that. Because people just like the convenience of it. They don't want to go to a poll on a certain day or whatever. How did Georgia go blue? Seems like such a conservative state. I know that's what I was saying. Like in 2019, like there's no way. I remember thinking, like, even in 2020, there's no way that's an SEC state. That's not going to go blue. It's just because of Atlanta. I mean, none of those other SEC states have that crazy, massive population, inner city type city. Crooks was indoctrinated by the left. Yeah, he was. Andy Bashir, I don't know. I don't think she's picking Andy Bashir. Do you think there will be attempted rigging? I mean, it's you would think there'd be less of an attempt this time, considering there should be less mail-in ballots. Listen, all I want is the election to be called by like 1 a.m. Should we vote early in Arizona? Just vote whenever you can, I would say. Do you think we are high risk of another 9/11 happening? I mean, I can't really predict that. It's hard, but I mean, with the support we've shown Israel, there, it's hard to say. If Trump wins, it will be the Democrats' version of January 6th. I don't think. Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think they would. They might riot, but I don't think it's gonna be like that. Georgia went blue because of ballot harvesting. Yeah, in inner cities, you're right. Harris support is fabricated. You don't just go be from. Yeah, no, Frankie, it makes no sense. It's ridiculous. People have the attention span of a gerbil. They're like, suddenly, oh my God, Kamala Harris is amazing. The media said Kamala Harris is amazing. There were articles in March saying Kamala Harris, they were saying she needs to step down as VP because it was hurting Biden. Atlanta was the only one. Savannah, Columbus, Athens. Yeah, I mean, but mainly like DeKalb and Fulton County. I think the black vote will be Trump-sided 80-20. Yeah, I mean, Trump is getting more support with black males, not females, but males. The fact that Trump is higher in the general election is good. Yeah, I know. That's really good. That's way better than people even understand. He's still higher than Harris and still in head-to-head higher. If you look at how the left reacted in 2016, it looked way more violent than January 6th. I mean, I think they screamed and stuff. I don't remember there being huge riots in 2016, though. I think there will be some riots. I mean, possibly. Do you think New Jersey has a shot at flipping? I really can't say that. I would need more polling to say that. I mean, based on recent history, it seems very unlikely. CNN went from we were going to lose to in like 2 days. It's hilarious. Dems are going to say Russian interference if they end up losing. Yeah, probably again. Kamala will win Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, Michigan. I don't think so. I mean, but listen, we're arguing stuff it's hard to really. All I can say is Trump is up in the general. Trump's got a better approval rating. Trump's been a president. Harris hasn't. Trump's won his party's primary 3 straight times. So that's what we have to go on. There's rural counties in Georgia that are mainly majority black. Yeah, but I guess maybe a few. I don't know. People forget Trump doesn't even need to win the popular vote. Oh, yeah. Trump doesn't. He could lose it by. I mean, honestly, he could lose it by 6 and still win. But I mean, based off of what happened in 2020. Yeah, the polls in 2016 were a mess. The polls in 2020 were also a mess. Who should I vote for, Trump or Harris? I mean, vote. I guess whoever you want for. I mean, are you an independent? I guess that would be my question. Do you think Kamala has a better chance than Biden if he didn't drop out? That's a good question. Well, listen, this is the problem. It's hard to say with Biden because they turned on him. They turned on Biden completely. So it's like, obviously his numbers sucked for like the last 2 weeks, but they cut off his funding. So it's hard to say whether he had a better chance or Harris, because now Harris is getting all the money. Obviously, she's getting. But Harris, it's just like there's nothing there. I mean, she didn't win shit. There were riots in 2016, just D.C. They threw bottles at Trump's motorcade. Very likely to happen again. I want to see them cry. Yeah, they'll probably be more toned down. I mean, I would love to see them, try and do something bad. It would give us political leverage, but I don't know. Keith Olbermann loves Kamala. Well, he's going to love anyone that runs against Trump. It's, VP pick, probably Kelly still, I'd say. But I don't know. I think he's gone down. Trump overperformed by like 7 points. Yeah, Trump really overperformed in Wisconsin. You are right. Trump is actually, or Keith Olbermann is actually Rosie O'Donnell. He's worse. He's completely lost. Good evening, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Noob tube, new tube. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've seen some of those ads on Harris. Well, dude, Harris is gonna argue. Did you see she already took back? Oh, I'm not banning fracking now. It's so pathetic. Trump 2024. Yes, yes, yes. Do polls favor Dems typically? Yeah, they'll say the 2022 midterms. No, the 2022 midterms slightly overestimated conservatives mainly because they didn't account for the laundered money, the fake money from Bankman-Fried. Honestly, that's probably what it was. Harris doesn't have nearly the same appeal. Yeah, you're right, Charles. You're right. That's the thing with the Rust Belt. That's why I think he's going to perform better. Updated VP odds. Updated VP odds. Trump's at 57%. Wow, Shapiro's leads now. I mean, were we really surprised by this? VP Buttigieg is my wish because Vance wrecking him on East Palestine would be hilarious. Yeah, I don't think I think Buttigieg is honestly too feminine for that ticket, and I think Dems would admit it. Like, it's like two women. You think California will flip red? Maybe in like 2060. Maybe in 2060. Cut California in half and Harris is in. Yeah, how many electoral votes would the east side of California have? I mean, it'd have less, but still, it'd be funny. Yeah, Eastern Cali is conservative more. Did you see the Kamala Harris AI ad? Yeah, I did see it. They got her voice down, but they also have a Trump one now that calls his supporters dumb and everything. It's all fake. So there's a lot, but that one on Kamala was actually smart, and it does sound like her voice. There was a good AI system there. Shapiro was the smart pick. Yeah, I would agree. Even with the Jewish stuff, I said they were going to pick Shapiro at the start, and then it seemed like they were switching to Mark Kelly. Yeah, I do have to get a dark screen. You're right. Vance was the worst pick for VP. Trump should have gone with Vivek. Well, I don't think Vance was the worst pick. I do think he said some stuff, but it doesn't matter, man. This is really early into the election. People are going to forget that. But I do agree, man. There were some reactions from, people that were not great for Vance. I will say that. Independent people. Because, I mean, Vance is literally he doesn't add a single thing. That's the problem. But, I mean, I don't hate Vance or anything. I think he's a smart dude, but he doesn't really add anything. Vance was one of the best VP picks next to Vivek. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go with Vance, why not just go with Vivek? Because he can actually help with the young vote. Did you see Kamala was going to reverse Trump's tax bill? Yeah, well, Trump's tax bill, I think, expires in 2025. They said, of course, she's going to reverse it. Biden was going to do it as well. I think it's expiring in 2025. Imagine Kamala doing deals with Putin. She won't. The liberals refuse to talk to Putin, not for peace deals. Liberals don't like Jewish people. I think that's a small a minority of their party. You got your Lego South Tower. Yeah, I got both of them now. They're both back there. I don't know. Maybe one of them's in darkness. I just got two of the South Towers or two of the North Towers, and I just took the antenna off the one. Youngkin should have been VP. Yeah, that would have been more of a strategic pick. Vivek make Trump look bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it might have been an ego thing. Trump didn't want him to be outshined. I mean, that's possible with Trump. Vance gets. I mean, the military is already voting conservative. I feel like though. Who are they going to pick for VP? I mean, probably Shapiro. Rally is on. Yeah, Trump's rally in St. Cloud. Yeah. I think Vivek may be a snake. He reminds me of Republican Obama. I think that was kind of a Democrat talking points. I have bangs. Well, dude, that's because I think I wash my hair. I try not to have bangs, but it's just the way my hair falls, I guess. People forget how big of a role COVID. Oh, COVID was everything in 2020. Trump had to shut the country down for a month, 7 months before re-election. That's ridiculous. It's a horrible situation to be dealt. Choose Vance to increase turnout in Ohio. Could Yeah, I don't know. I mean the problem is Vance really didn't perform well in 2022 in Ohio. Vance brings American values. I mean, yeah, Vance should help in the Rust Belts, but if they choose Shapiro, it might be. I mean, I think VPs in general, it's really not. That's what I thought originally. Vance is Trump's insurance policy. Vivek is amazing. He should have waited one more term to run. No, you're absolutely right. He's way too young and way too new. And also, you have the whole Trump MAGA coalition. You're just not going to beat that. And he was just running as a Trump lapdog 2.0. It was just he just picked, but he got into the race really early, and I think that he probably shouldn't have done that. But I mean, you know what? It got him it got him notoriety. He got on the debates without Trump there, and that helped him significantly. In, I guess in the political world, becoming known. COVID was fabricated to defeat Trump. Well, there was no way Trump could win with COVID. No matter what he did, they would criticize it because it's a no-win situation. Without COVID, Trump wins 2020 in a landslide. Yeah, he definitely wins. I don't know if it would have been a landslide, but he would definitely wins. Yeah, I saw the Bryson DeChambeau thing. That's crazy. It's got like 7 million views now or something. I saw. How did you get started with YouTube? Back in 2017, I had a cryptocurrency channel, and then I got this new channel in 2020. What is Vance's view on LGBT? Well, he's a traditional, I would say, Republican. So probably more harsh than Trump's. I would say he's more of the pit bull. Yeah, Vivek ran to get his name out there. I mean, he got in the debate. He got a great situation getting in the debates without Trump. If Trump was in those debates, he would just be a Trump lapdog. He was like the one anti-establishment person in the debates. If you know. Yeah, a lot of people are going to view Vivek as a potential. Yeah, but also, I mean, I guess Vance as well. That's what I thought it was going to be Vivek, but obviously, if Vance is the VP for Trump and Trump endorses him, that's going to be very hard for Vivek. Maybe Trump won't endorse anyone in 2020. I don't know. I thought Democratic state governors shut down. Well, when it came to the actual federal government, they wanted it to still be shut down, and they said that Trump was costing lives and everything like that. But there's no winning because then the economy would have tanked. You won't see Kamala's husband anywhere. Yeah, did you see her family? But I mean, Kamala's a minority, mixed race minority. What's up, bro? Happy Saturday. Thoughts on DNC paid influencers on TikTok? It's crap. It's desperation. I did a video on them paying a 5-year-old on TikTok, and he is like reading off the script. It's like child abuse. What are your odds that Trump wins? I'd say like 70% chance. I like Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, I mean, I wanted him to pick Tulsi, but, obviously, that would have been an undefeated ticket to me. I don't think that could be beaten. But I still think Trump's going to win. Feel like BLM was also a major factor. Well, the weird thing with that is you would think BLM would hurt the Democrats. Like, what person in the Rust Belt is going to see those riots and say, yeah, I side with that? Like, what the fuck? That's why I was very confused on how Trump lost the Rust Belts. I mean, he only lost it, I guess, by 20,000 votes, but... You do crypto, you should do content. I just think trying to do like another type of different topic is not, it's not, I don't think it would work well. I mean, yeah, if I gave crypto a chance, but then, dude, the other thing with crypto is so many YouTubers have bot comments where there's just 300 comments. They're all bots. They're all telling you to buy something that's, like getting on a pre-scale. That's a scam. It's really bad. Throwing the towel on the U.S. if Kamala wins. Well, it's going to be higher taxes, and it's going to be a lot of pretty far left stuff, yes, and it's going to be a lot of more illegal immigration. They need the illegals to come in. Will the election be called before midnight? I hope so, but probably not. I think the Trump Hillary election was called at 2 a.m. Eastern. Any chance Matt Gaetz ever runs? I doubt it. I guess maybe in 2028. I feel like he's someone that would probably, lose Iowa and then drop out. I mean, there'll probably be a bigger field in 2028, I would guess, because Trump's not going to be there. Yeah, he lost the Rust Belt, right. Tulsi would have been amazing. I mean, in terms of winning an election, yes, but Trump may not like her in terms of if something happens to Trump and she has to take over, and she was just a liberal, 5 years ago. But I like Tulsi a lot. He is hard to look at. That's a good comment. Well, you talk about sports, politics, 9/11. Why not crypto? I don't want to, dude. It's just, I mean, it just doesn't make sense for me, honestly. Like, plus I've already done a few videos that haven't done well. I know you have to give it like 10 or 15 videos, but I don't know, man. It's like I've already got so much crap on the channel, and then it just messes with the algorithm even more. If Trump barely lost at the worst case scenario with COVID and mail-ins, don't you think he performs a lot better? Yeah, I mean, that we're seeing polling that's reflecting that now. Do you believe the 2020 election was rigged? Well, the verbiage, it's hard there. They definitely manipulated the 2020 election. We don't even have to go to the mail-ins if people say, "Oh, there's no actual proof, legitimate proof." Well, yeah, they manipulated it by silencing the Hunter Biden story. That's admitted. And that is the ultimate October surprise. When Trump Harris wins, your life isn't changing much at all. Depends how much money you make and things like that, so I guess. Plus, it depends on just the general direction of the country. If you give liberals another 4 years, things keep moving that way. It's not good. Plus, the influence they get with having the executive branch. Not going to sleep until... Yeah, well, dude, that's the problem. You could have said that in 2020. It wouldn't have mattered. They didn't call it for like fucking 3 days. Remember when Liz Cheney wanted to run? Yeah, she would get negative 10%. Remember Kissinger saying he's going to run? CNN was like, Kissinger's a rising star within the Republican Party. What the fuck? People on my Facebook trying to say you're uneducated and don't understand art if you thought the Olympics opening was weird. The Olympics opening, they're doing it in front of our faces. It's a Satan ritual. Literally, they admit it. They're like, yeah, this is what it is. And now Frenchmen have to denounce it and say we're sorry to the world. They're all coming out now on TikTok. They're saying we're sorry that we did this. This is horrible. And we can't mock Christianity. And now there's power outages everywhere at the Olympics. They're the all-time low views. It's really bad. They've ruined the Olympics by doing that. They manipulated the 2020 election by hiding Biden in the basement. Well, yeah, they used the guys. It was COVID. Remember the rallies that Biden would have, and everyone's in a bubble, like a circle, like 6 feet around. There's like 10 people there. Took 4 days to take the election from Trump. Well, I think she went, or Biden went ahead. Maybe like when did Biden actually go ahead? I don't even remember. He still wasn't ahead until like maybe a day later, but he started climbing, and certainly. And then he went ahead in the popular vote, and then he finally went ahead. Like Georgia was the last state he went ahead, I think, to win it. What's up, Josh? Hilarious when CNN thought Stormy Daniels' lawyer was a future president. Yeah, what a joke that is. They like get attached to these people that argue for like liberals or against Trump. God doesn't like to be mocked. Well, yeah, they're gonna have major power issues there now. I mean, they did it to themselves, did they not? RFK said he's not dropping out. Yeah, I give his campaign about 2 months. He'll drop out and endorse Trump. Watch. Did you hear the news? Salt Lake City got the 2034 Winter Olympics. Well, yes, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Where is their main stadium going to? Well, oh, you know what? It doesn't matter because it's the Winter Olympics, not summer. They don't need a big stadium. But yeah, I mean, we expected that. We expected Salt Lake City to get the 2034 Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics, I don't know where they're going in 2028. Maybe Italy, or did they already go to Italy? I don't know. The election was on the 3rd. It was called on the 7th. Yeah, but Biden went ahead like somewhere in between, I think, in all those states or whatever. Neither of them were at 270 for like a while, but Biden ended up going ahead on like the 4th or 5th. I don't remember. No time for flag burning. Yeah, I mean, you can't you get really heavily prosecuted for killing a bald eagle, because even though it's not endangered anymore because it's a national symbol, it's a pride thing. But listen, what they did when they ripped the flags down in DC, that is illegal. Those were not their flags. Election day has turned into election week. That's got to stop. That's got to be a one-time thing. We're not doing that again. That's complete bullshit. And it ruins the entire night. How do you not have a winner? I mean, it's just like, come on. Ron DeSantis let you down, thought he would do better. Yeah, DeSantis got screwed because there's a massive contingent of the party that's full MAGA. He didn't, even though he had a great approval rating, he got trampled by Trump because like 60% is just Trump loyalists no matter what. So how do you beat that? Yeah, it is in Italy. I thought 2028 is the summer. 2026 is winter in Italy. 2028 is in LA. Yeah. Trump's probably going to be opening it. They were talking about him opening the Olympics in LA because he's still going to be president in 2028. Trump being president in 2026, yeah, when the U.S. hosts the World Cup, that would be really good that'd be great for the country. Yeah, the winter ones are kind of irrelevant. Oh, remember Ryan? Remember when I did that live stream? He needs his binky. Why did that dude even run? You're doing a live stream every day now? I mean, not really. I have done one of like 5 straight days though. But I don't think I can keep up doing one every day. If you think Cornel West drops out and endorses Kamala, I mean, I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that. Cornel West is getting like 0.3% though. It's not even helping Trump. I thought he might get 1% maybe. That would help. What do you think about Trump going back to Butler, PA? It's good. Milk it. Milk it. Yes, that's good. How much would they have to pay me to be Kamala's VP? I mean, that wouldn't even be a realistic situation. It wouldn't even be realistic for me to be a VP. I mean, I would have to do all the lib talking points. I need a few million, I guess. I'd vote Trump a million times before DeSantis. Yeah, I mean, I do like DeSantis, though. I think DeSantis did a good thing turning around to Florida and just completely... I mean, that's crazy that Florida is now just a pure Republican state. Chris Christie's a big man. Yeah, Chris has got a lot of muscle for sure. Chris has got a lot of muscle. Why is Chris Christie so fat? Well, I think he's gotten on Ozempic, baby. Fuck Thomas Matthew Crooks. Well, he's a patsy. Come on. What political YouTube channel do I follow? I guess mainly Breaking Points. You know what I realized about Breaking Points? They don't have any videos on Saturday or Sunday. I mean, I understand they don't work, but it's kind of weird for a news outlet to do that. I mean, sometimes I see videos from, I guess, like news channels and things like that. And I mean, I guess Rogan's not a political channel, but he does talk about Trump a lot. I'll see some clips with him. I'll see some Lex Friedman clips, I guess. Where is Dark Brandon? Unfortunately, we didn't get Dark Brandon. I thought we were going to get him. I thought we would get Dark Brandon when he gave his speech and told Kamala to fuck off. It didn't happen. I'm very sad. Trump was good at Turning Point USA. When was that? Like, I don't think that wasn't. He was at a Bitcoin conference today. He said a lot of good stuff about Bitcoin. It's good to see. Trump has embraced Bitcoin. And now do you see what happened with Kamala Harris? The reports now are, oh, the Democrats are trying to open dialogue. This is what they do with literally everything during an election year. They were so against all crypto. How many centralized exchanges had to be banned in the United States? Because they were so, I mean, we got so many, I mean, Binance, I mean, all of them got banned except for like Coinbase and Kraken. But now they're coming back, oh, we actually like crypto now. We actually want to secure the border now because it's an election year. Remember that rumor that Biden was dead? Yeah, I do remember that. It was a erroneous source. Colorado is lost. Yeah, I mean, I think Colorado would be very tough. The Democrat would have to be extremely unlikable for Colorado. What do you think about Biden body double theory? Well, it seems legit to me, honestly. It seems like a legitimate thing. Yeah, Laura Loomer came out with it. You bought 200K? Holy shit. You gotta be trolling, bro. Well, what did you buy? Just the big boys? I mean, 200K, what? Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, maybe? But I mean, BTC's already a bit higher, you know, as it is. I still think it'll have a good run, maybe to 150, 160. I mean, people think it's going to go to 1 million. It's hard to... I mean, it would have to go to another stratosphere. It would have to break market conditions to go even to 4 or 500K. Remember Ted Cruz, 2016? Yeah, that's what people were referencing. Ted Cruz, he was like not you know, out on Trump in 2016. Drunk Trump versus Dark Brandon, who wins? Well, there is no Dark Brandon. That's the problem. It was made up. It's completely false. I mean, there is... I don't even think he knows what it means. I mean, it was just a meme that they tried to push, that he's like this badass dude. Bitcoin, you only need one crypto. I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, I would say Bitcoin probably. It's going to be hard to see Bitcoin do anything more than like a 2 or 3x this cycle, but I mean, some people think it's going to go really high. All the other coins are scams for the most part, but I mean, like Solana's not a scam, Ethereum's not a scam. Some of the big boys are not scams, but a lot of the altcoins are, but they'll still 100x. Kamala should pick Josh Shapiro. He will crater over support over the... Yeah, they'll probably strategize that and tell him not to talk about it, though. That's the problem. You built a January 6th shrine on your Minecraft server. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's grade it. FTX collapse was an inside job by the left to make public skeptical about crypto. I don't think so. But dude, crypto is going to happen either way. But that was a bad collapse. But people don't understand the FTX collapse. Like, if you held FTX as stablecoin, that's just dumb. On their exchange, that's just not a smart... Holding any coins on an exchange is dumb. Dude, but we don't need you spamming it. We don't need you spamming it. You got to stop with the spam, man. It was a legitimate message, but we don't need a spam just lighting up the entire screen. Do we think? Do you think we are in a recession? Well, they actually changed the definition of it to try, but I don't think so anymore. But we were, and then they tried changing the definition in the dictionary. Under Biden, we were in one, according to the definition. Can you use crypto? Yeah, no, you can use crypto in the U.S. for sure. It's just unfortunate so many centralized exchanges got banned. But no, it's not like China. You don't need like a VPN to use it. Sorry, you're way into crypto. Yeah, I'm into crypto heavy as well. Yeah, there was. I don't know why he spammed that. Polls are lying. I take Trump plus eights. Yeah, I mean, you listen. I think the polls are just overhyping Harris right now because this is as high as Harris is probably going to be. It's not cope. This is just the reality. Will Trump announce strategic Bitcoin reserve? 94% chance. Will Biden be the wait? What does it say? Biden's Democratic nominee replacement. I mean, it's going to be Harris. 97% chance. Presidential election winner, popular vote. Harris at 60. There could be value on Trump at 36%. Should Trump have a rally at Thomas Crooks's house? I think it would be a good idea. It would be a great strategy. You own $4 worth of stocks. I used to have $2,000 worth. I just bought 2 stocks in September last year, getting back into investing, and they were Bitcoin miner stocks. So like they're based off of Bitcoin, like they mined Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin does well, they'll do well, but at a higher rate. They're more volatile, and I ended up selling them. I made like $400, but I just got out of it. I don't own any stocks, but I would buy stocks if I had like significant money. Stocks are obviously a lot safer. Give it a few weeks, she'll crater. Oh yeah, I agree, man. But listen, let me go to this because people probably want to. Oh, now I messed up this prediction. That was the prediction actually. It would be great for me to travel to Montreal and do to the end of the Montreal to end. I mean, I never had. I mean, dude, you keep saying like I have a Montreal series. I really don't. I mean, I've done a few videos involving Montreal. You want to know something? I'm sure you know this. How about that renovation they're doing to that stadium for $800 million? That's crazy. Bought Bitcoin at 140. Yeah, a lot of people did stuff like that. It's unfortunate. How many did you get by chance? How many Bitcoins did you get at 142? Republican parties, Vermont, Massachusetts, Colorado should all move to swing states. Yeah, that's kind of nonsensical. Come on. A bunch of people got arrested at the Copa America final. And well, didn't they rush the gates and they like broke in and a bunch of people were crawling through the vents? Do you see the video where they were crawling through the vents? They're crawling through the vents to get into Hard Rock Stadium. They just destroyed Hard Rock Stadium. Harris most likely polls higher at the. Well, listen, you're right. She's gonna poll higher. She's gonna get a boost. She's probably gonna crater over the next few weeks. This is gonna wear off, and then she'll get her little boost, and then Trump will go ahead significantly. Can someone explain brat to me? No, I mean I'm younger, and even I think it's like if you're a slut or something. They were saying, I don't know. Where should I buy crypto? Well, it's complicated, man, to get into crypto, I'll be honest. Unless you just buy, if you're just trying to buy the main ones, just Coinbase or Kraken, I would say. I mean, also Crypto.com. I never really liked Crypto.com. Crypto.com is still there, though. Crypto.com took the name of Staples Center. You had 10 Bitcoin? That's tough, man. Why is Maine's first tilt blue? Because I had him wrong, and I just did it really quickly. Will Biden speak at the DNC? Yeah, they're gonna all fake cry for him too. I guarantee it. But he can only like 5-10 minutes probably. I have 11 videos featured and 4 standalone. What do you mean? Yeah, but dude, I make a lot of videos on stadiums. I mean, I probably have a lot more videos on other stadiums than just uh, Olympic Stadium. Are you concerned about the election? No. Could Harris win Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia? I mean, I guess she could. How likely is that? It's extremely unlikely. North America has some good stadiums ready for the World Cup. Yeah, we do have some nice stadiums. Would you buy gold? No, I would not buy gold mining stocks. I mean, I think gold is it moves at a snail's pace. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna pick Evers, the Wisconsin governor. I haven't seen him mentioned anywhere. Plus, it wouldn't really balance the ticket 100% if you know what I mean. Virginia is tilt blue. Well, no, this is just my prediction right now. If I had to choose every state, I think you could say Virginia is a toss up right now. But if I'm picking every state, that would be it. You know what it actually is? It's this. What if people just come to my channel and they see this? Did you see the disgusting Olympic ceremony? Yeah, and it backfired. They had to delete it. They had to delete the opening ceremony from their YouTube channel, and now they've got all these power outages, and they're reporting the lowest ratings ever. Yeah, Harris could win Minnesota for sure. I think Trump is a slight underdog in Minnesota right now. Virginia probably goes red barely. Yeah, Virginia's going to be very close. I think Virginia does have a higher chance now that Harris is in than Minnesota. But maybe I'm just, randomly speculating. Yeah, I think Kamala will probably dance or something at the DNC. She'll do a brat dance or something. I know the green is a good color. It is a nice color. There's no doubt about it. I think it's just because we're so used to seeing, uh, red and blue. How come Democrats don't vote for Jill Stein? Well, I mean, their vote would be just lost. I mean, it would be just lost in the ether. Is 317 the likely outcome? I would say I'm being slightly unfair to Trump, even with Michigan and both Virginia. You could argue Virginia possibly goes to Trump. But yeah, this would be the most likely outcome with me being unbiased. What happened at the Olympics? They had like devil worship, Satan worship stuff at their the opening ceremony. Who is Jill Stein? You don't remember her? Wait, did she run in 2022? She might have also ran in 2020, but she ran in 2016. 28 days till college football. Yeah, week zero. Week zero is tough this year. Is the media wrong, or are all the polls actually swinging the way they're claiming? I mean, she's closed it a little bit. There's a number of reasons why that would happen, but it's not really, based on polling errors back in 2020 and 2016, it's not really looking good for the Democrats. Why is California green? We got a big new poll. California, they want to be part of the Green Party, apparently, so apparently Stein is going to win that state. Am I Republican or conservative? I guess maybe a little bit both. Maybe more Republican. I don't know. Nice map until the magical fix. Well, they will say that votes are trickling in. What is the ugliest stadium? I mean, I guess it's hard not to say the Coliseum. Should I include Chris Christie in the map? That's a good idea. Dark horse college football national champion. It's hard to have a dark horse in college football, man. The favorites always win. I mean, I guess Michigan was kind of a dark horse, honestly. Dark horse, I mean, maybe Ole Miss, but it's going to be hard for them. What's up, man? What's going on? X. What do you think about Newsom fixing the homeless problem? Well, it's already spiraled out of control. That's a very hard problem to fix when it's spiraled out of control. But I mean, I hope he does fix it. That's I guess that's good news. LSU rank prediction at the end of the season. I mean, they're a fringe playoff team. Can you make California solid red? I mean, I don't see why not. West Virginia, probably. I mean, West Virginia's probably like 5-7, I would say. Tennessee's probably like 8-4. Biden should start an ASMR challenge. Yeah, it's an iconic whisper. It's a very good move by Biden. And Chris Christie saying Donald Duck. Remember Chris Christie versus Vivek in those debates? Remember Trump during when he's like Chris Christie and it was like a buffet and this is where Chris Christie's gonna be. He started making fun of like doing a fat jokes on Chris Christie during the debate. DeSantis versus Michelle Obama. That's hard. I mean, that would probably DeSantis honestly because that would mean DeSantis beats Trump in the primary. Big Ten on CBS. Yeah, it's interesting, man. The Big Ten now is going to be on, and not the SEC. Kelly Red is funny. Yeah. DC Red. Make the whole map solid red. That's like Jeb Bush. Arizona's just light blue. Uh, wait, what is the... Oh, there we go. Pitt versus Wisconsin and Ireland. Yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup. Make U.S. Virgin Islands and Guam red. Unfortunately, but where is Greenland? Where's the Bahamas when we acquire those territories? Yeah, that's the Jeb meme. But it has to be yellow. The Jeb meme, it was yellow. Andrew Yang meme. Yeah, Andrew Yang nukes the map. Yeah, it is a unity time for the United States. I really think this is probably going to happen. Guys, let's be honest. This is going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Should I make it all green? And then people come to the channel and they're like, what the fuck? I'd have to make it like realistic, but should I make it Jill Stein winning? Wait, when Biden was asked about abortion in a debate and moved to talk about the migrant rape, dude, you gotta feel bad for him at that point. He's literally going from one of their best topics, the Democrats' best topics, to their worst. The migrant issue. I really hope Stein takes California if Trump can't. It's very possible. Will you do a lot of videos about USC joke of the Big Ten or the Big... I mean, I'll do videos probably on those conferences maybe. Why does RFK sound like he's struggling to talk? Because he had like, I think, surgery or something. I don't know. Something happened like 20 years ago to his throat, I think. I'm new here, just subscribed, but I think you're overestimating. You know what? You're right. You're right. I think Jill Stein does take DC. You're right. You called me out there. You got me. Yes. Okay. He had throat cancer. Now vaccine injury. Did any of the Bushes go to the RNC? No, I don't think so. This year, no. Do you think it is Trump to have the favorite Trump to have the same debate rules as last time? Yeah, I think they're going to go with the same rules. I mean, whether it's a favor to Trump, it probably is, I guess, better for Trump that they do that because it certainly helps him with Biden because he could say some stuff. But like that debate, it doesn't even feel like a debate. It just says they're saying their talking point because you can say so much in like 3 minutes, and then the person responding can really only pick like one thing that you said because you talked for so long. Like they can't just butt in on something. So it's an interesting like. I mean, I guess it's better because you don't have a bunch of that annoying time where they just argue with each other. But RFK had a parasite in his dude. That's horrible. Holy shit. Which state could RFK win if any? It would be New Hampshire. Everyone over 35 of it has a chance because you can. Well, I mean, I guess everyone has a chance. Yeah. You're gonna laugh if Trump exceeds expectations and wins all the states except Minnesota and DC. Well, it's impossible, but Trump speaking at the Libertarian. Yeah, didn't they boo him? I remember that. Yeah, this okay. The Senate odds, I think Republicans have a 70% chance. The House odds, Democrats have a 56% chance. I saw it like yesterday, or the Republicans might be like around 75% for the Senate. They should for sure win 51-49, but possibly 52 or 53. But they're definitely heavy favorites to at least get the majority, even if it's slight. Make Arkansas green. That's a solid suggestion. I like the color green on here. I really do. Do I have a favorite color? Yeah, it's like a darkish blue is my favorite color. I'd say, or it's like it's hard to explain. What do you think of the 13 keys are crap, man. I've already talked about that. He's partisan. He hates Trump, and he has keys that are subjective and opinionated, and a lot of them are just. I mean, it's not a formula. It's a opinionated thing. Make Delaware yellow. Just a random suggestion. Trump is in Minnesota. Well, no, I agree with you, but the thing is, that rally could have been scheduled like a while ago because there's been some polls recently that came out of Minnesota that say it could be tough for him to win, but they're just, it's early. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I would say it's Neptune blue is probably the color that I like. Give Vermont to Cornel West. Well, I would have to add him in as a candidate. What should I make Cornel West's color? Black? It didn't even delete. West, what party? Socialist Party? Wait, I heard he was unaffiliated, so it's just U for an abbreviation. Let me see if we can see what colors there are. We have to make him purple. Wait, which state did you want me to? Here, I'm sorry. Which state did you want me to give West? Texas might turn blue because of all the illegals. No, that's not happening. That just popped. Oh, Vermont. Yeah, I agree. The polls just give you something to talk about. They just give you something to talk about. Even if Trump starts losing the polls, we know he's gonna win. Virginia green, or West Virginia? Did you say? Vance swap for Tulsi. Yeah, but you can't do that at this point. I mean, there are a lot of people that are starting to, but Vance had a really good speech tonight at the St. Cloud rally. At least he had a good moment, I saw. He's like, what the hell has Kamala Harris done? I served at, I was in the military. Make Oklahoma for Harris. Yeah, that seems legit. Texas purple. Louisiana blue. Texas is just, wait, Alaska. Alaska. Oh, man. Make Idaho blue. Yeah, that seems legit. I think Kamala's got a chance. Vance Tulsi 2020. Yeah, Vance needs a balanced ticket, that's for sure. Yeah, what a landslide this is. This is a legitimate prediction. It's mostly red. This is my official prediction. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just take suggestions. I mean, RFK's making a comeback. RFK's making what would Guam be if they could vote? Probably liberal. If maybe I don't know. I tried looking it up, but I think they said Puerto Rico would be liberal if they were actually in. Turn West Virginia. West Virginia likes Jill Stein. It's come out now. California, there's not a black option unless I changed Cornel West's color on here. There. This prediction has too much bias for the Democrats. Yeah, I know. How would Kamala win Idaho? I don't know what these people are saying. Massachusetts for Stein. Give each candidate 107 or 108. Yeah, that would try and get it a four-way tie. Florida for RFK. RFK gaining some votes. How would Kamala win Oklahoma? She rigged it. She rigged it. That's why DC and Puerto Rico aren't states. Well, it's for different reasons, I think, with Puerto Rico specifically. Is Puerto Rico a dump? I hear it is. Well, they're very reliant on the United States aid. Yeah, I mean, DC's too small to be a state, honestly. Whatever happened to Rhode Island getting an electoral vote? They said it was going to happen. All right, guys, I'm taking suggestions. We can add one more candidate. The color has to be black because that's the only color left. But what is the candidate that should be added? We got to think. Somebody think of a good one that's kind of realistic. Someone that's kind of realistic. Come on. It's not the official map. We need another candidate. Now Kanye is too to Thomas. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give Crooks a chance. Crooks Socialist Party. All right, what's now you got to say which states does Crooks take? That's the question. Well, Mr. Beast isn't even realistic. Crooks. All right, all right. Which state should Crooks take? Be honest. Yeah, that's a good idea. Crooks does get Ohio, but Crooks, his home state, I think I got to give it to him. Dude, look at the color scheme. It's a rainbow. Yeah, he takes PA. DC, we're going to change DC for him. California, that, yeah, he takes, yeah, I mean, liberals love him. Liberals do love him. What if someone screenshots them? I mean, Crooks is gaining on Trump. Let's. Crooks is about to pass Trump. Oh no, 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 no. Replace Stein with George Floyd. I would have to do replace Crooks with George Floyd, but Socialist Party. Dude, I don't think I can add anyone else. Maybe if I modded it or something, or you could. The problem is, I mean, what colors? Oh, I guess you could do just custom colors. It's like an aqua or something. Wait, what's the LGBT number one color? Purple's already chosen. Oh, orange, orange, orange. Yeah, you're right. Orange. Joy Reid. I don't know about that. No, not Jack Black. Not Jack Black. Let's not. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I could add pink as well. But what? Who should I add? Let me think of this. Jank. Should I add Jank? I mean, that would be big. George Floyd. Give Obama. I mean, that seems kind of boring, right? Robert De Niro, Obama, Jimmy Carter, Nick Saban. Vivek is. They just. No, not Anderson Cooper. Come on. I think I might add Jank. I might have to add Jank. You know, he's come a long way. The Young Turks Party. Turks. But what state does he get? But what state does he get? LeBron, come on. Give me some states. Give me some states for Jank. Jank. Yeah, I might have to add Putin as well. Wyoming. Yeah, Maryland, Alabama. That seems realistic. Kentucky. Yeah, Chank's an SEC guy. He's very popular down there. Nebraska second district. No, I'm not changing California. North Dakota. All right, this has got to be the official map. You know what? Well, Rhode Island's not. No, you can't do Rhode Island. I think it's. Oh yeah, there is Rhode Island. All right, that's got to be the official map then. All right, let's just get back to normal conversation, and maybe someone will click on the live stream and maybe ask me about it. Yeah, Trump actually wins this pretty nicely. This is probably the best map. Hunter Biden. Yeah, we might have to add one more. You're right. We might have to add one. This has got to be the last one, though. The abbreviation is going to be M for methamphetamine. But the color, let's see the color. Pink. Crooks wins Texas. We're going to give Crooks the victory here if we do that. Well, actually, no. You're right. That's a good idea. Delaware for Hunter. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's Biden's state. I can see that. No, we have to give Crooks like a big land mass. I want to see the pink on the on the map. Hunter takes South Carolina and New Mexico. Yes, that's a good idea. All right, that's got to be it. It's run its course at this point. It has run its course. Yeah, you're right. I should make him. That's right. I don't have a white. All right, I think it's run its course at this point. Add Tucker. I think that's too realistic. Alaska to Crooks. I mean the gun rights. I agree. Crooks will really turn out the chinless. Yeah, and the gun owners and stuff. Well, this is the official map prediction. I think the map has run its course. Well, this is the prediction from me for the election, actually. Rachel Maddow, and she just has 0. And through all this, Trump survived winning New York. Yeah, Trump did survive with New York. He survived with Connecticut, New Jersey. Good evening. Yes, good evening, everyone. Hinkle. Oh, yeah, the Communist Party. Commie. And have him win, and have him get 0. Obama's not even on here, man. you tweet the map to Axios. Yeah, they'll be like, well, Axios disappointed me this week, honestly. Axios did disappoint me. Adolf Hitler. Yeah, we'll have to add Hitler. But the thing is, national. Yeah, I'll try and give the abbreviation for it, but we'll just go Germany. Wait, no, we already have green. I mean, I don't want to spell out Nazi, but I mean, it would be like a dark red, I would say, maybe, because you can't do red. Yeah, MTG. Hitler wins New York. It's a miracle. Well, it's like a dark brown. I don't like that. But I mean, we ran out of colors. We ran out of colors. Jesus would have to take over the entire map if I did this. This is the LGBTQ flag official map. Add Jesus. Make Hitler pink. I think I already made some. Oh no, I changed that. Because I had Hunter as pink. Crooks and Trump are tied after all of this. Dude, I think it's going to go. It might be Crooks. I think Crooks might actually take this. Did I have a Biden? I mean stroke. This is what American diversity looks like. This is amazing. But what other colors are on the LGBT map? I think I could add an infinite amount. George Floyd. Is there any more colors? Say hello to the 8 women in your chat. Well, listen. I got 9% female, I think. Yeah, I guess brown. I mean, at some point, I think brown is on the flag, yeah. Bernie Sanders for brown. O.J. Simpson. Maybe Stalin. Yeah, you're right. But if I had January 6th as a candidate, it would take over the entire map. But you are right. That's a good idea. We're going to have to add, I'm going to have to legitimately add January 6th as a candidate because it's so important. But it has to be Jan 6th, like they call it. Jan 6th. Abbreviation. SOS, save our souls, because January 6th was so bad. And, yeah, I guess this would be brown. Oh, did it? I think I might have run out of room. Or maybe I don't no, I just didn't hit add candidate. That was my fault. Yeah, we ran out of room a little bit. January 6th. January 6th just takes over. I mean, January 6th. Red wave incoming with January 6th. January 6th. Hamas or Palestine. I think I should probably stay off of those. Those are iffy topics on YouTube. The reason for Thomas Matthew Crook's victory in Mississippi, well, he's a gun lover. We can understand it. Yeah, the 2nd District in Maine. It's a random ask, but a good idea. Yeah, DC. Yeah, that does make sense. We have to give January 6th DC, for God's sakes. Crooks wants a recount in Nebraska. Yeah, Crooks right now is losing. It's sad he's losing by 2. Yeah, Mexico, I can't import another. I'd like to import Canada and have their providences vote in this election, please. Nebraska's first. Just give them random districts. The most unrealistic pick is Trump winning Illinois. I think Trump kind of has a chance at Illinois. I mean, Trump is winning by 1 right now. Kamala got crushed. It's sad. What happened to all the hype with Kamala? She got 19. She lost to Crooks, Stein, RFK Jr., Hitler, Hunter Biden. Oh, she beat Hunter Biden. Bullshit. Yeah, there's a big yeah. Harris is probably going to steal Wisconsin. Hawaii takes January 6th. Or January 6th takes Hawaii, I should say. Can Trump win Minnesota? Yeah, I think Trump can win Minnesota. It's possible. It's going to be hard though. The last two polls have been pretty disheartening. In now I'd have to do the Twin Towers actually. I'd have to bring the Twin Towers in. Muhammad Atta, just put Atta. Brat Girl lost to Cornell West. Well, I think Crooks is a lib, but he's a gun lover. We have to understand that. Hunter gets Kansas. Well, this is the ultimate all-inclusive map. This is the LGBT flag map. Jan 6 takes Greenland's future to electoral votes. Yeah, I could see that. Hey, James, what's up, man? Can someone explain the brat girl stuff to me? It's just a younger trend where you act like, oh, you have sex with like 50 dudes and you act like you're just, I'm a dumb girl. And it's just a trend they're trying to cater to get young women to vote for Harris. Trump's having to call Crooks to concede. Final election prediction. Yeah, it seems pretty realistic. I think Destiny would approve of this map. Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't have any firefighters, I think it'd be fine with it. Hunter Biden wins Puerto Rico. What if you could import other countries into it and then have a world election like Canada, Mexico, Greenland, Europe? Look at it zoomed out. How far can you zoom it out? What the hell? I messed that up there. Northern Marin. Yeah, probably. They should give them an electoral vote, but it's an unincorporated area. Northern Meridian. The brat stuff is awful marketing. Yeah, that's a clownish thing. You can't win a presidency with that trying to act like a brat girl. Remember the Crooks? Yeah, he's like, I hate Trump. I hate Republicans, and you got the wrong guy. I think Trump has a chance to win California. I don't think so. I mean, I understand Kamala's bad, but. Wait, they have a one world map? That would be a 5-hour live stream if we had something like that. If they actually have a world map, then it would be a 5-hour live stream. Crooks VP is Kimberly Cheadle. Yeah, it makes sense. She's a smart woman. They probably are dating after what she allowed him to do. I mean, she just let him waltz right up on the roof. Can we give the moon and Mars an electoral vote? Well, Elon Musk did say that once we get a base on Mars, we're claiming the land. The United States gets the land, and the moon and Mars will get one electoral vote. Morning, Joe. Scarborough. Yeah, dude, I'm not doing a world. Listen, I have to schedule a world election. We're gonna schedule a world election, and there might be 300 candidates if that happens. It'd have to be in another live stream. Hassan. He socialist. The true socialist. Women should not be bodyguards. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's ridiculous. It's inclusive. It's we have to include all of them for a physical job like that. There's no way. Thank you for loving stadiums. Yeah, no problem. I do like stadiums. Mars will probably vote for Jill Stein. Yeah, probably. Caitlin Collins, the CNN anchor. What a random prediction. What a random ask. Give Colorado to John Elway. Switzerland stays neutral. I should definitely do that. Yeah, I would need probably 300 candidates, including Jesus, including Stalin, Hitler, a lot of historical candidates, Jeffrey Epstein. Thoughts on Crooks running on saving democracy? I mean, he did put he tried to save it. I mean, they said you got to kill Trump to save democracy. It's understandable. Mars is a Gary Johnson supporter. Remember Gary Johnson? Dude, I hated that clip. That dude was such an asshole. The dude asking him the question, what do you think of Aleppo? Aleppo? Yes. What's Aleppo? And the dude asked like, oh, everyone knows what Aleppo is. Did you ever find your AirPod? No, I never found it. I had to order another one. It cost me like $60 to order a single AirPod off of eBay. The thing went into a vent on a plane under a seat. It was I had a window seat. It went into a vent when I flicked it up, and it went in between the window and the seat. Dude, that dude was such an asshole. He's just like, he almost asked him like, what is America? Like, who gives a fuck about Aleppo? What do you think of Aleppo? Aleppo? Yes. What's Aleppo? Palestine goes for RFK. Yeah, we could do something funny with those two. Justin Fields, I think Justin Fields is pretty decent. Yeah, Justin Fields is hopefully he gets a chance to start. Palestine goes to Netanyahu. That doesn't, it makes sense. Netanyahu wins California. Wait. How much do you travel? I used to travel more, not as much now. Not as much now. Do you think the GOP has a major October surprise? Yeah, I mean, they've probably got a lot of stuff. Harris hasn't even been a presidential candidate on the main stage. They've got a ton of stuff on Harris. I can say that. I'm confident they do. The Democrats have nothing on Trump. Netanyahu wins DC. Just the opposite of everything. How many states have I been to? I've been to Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, South Carolina. I don't do flyovers like when you stay there. I don't count that. California, Arizona, Nevada. That might be it, actually. DC, I mean, that's not a state, but I've been to DC as well. Montana goes for Stein. Yeah, we gotta get some green up there. That's a good idea. Do you think Trump will recover in Minnesota? Yeah, that's the big question right now. Trump in Minnesota, those are not great polls, but let's wait for more polls. Those are snapshot polls. The AP has called the race for Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's the winner. What an upset. I win DC. You think you would most align yourself with Jank? I mean, that makes sense. That's understandable. I think I would go with Gen 6. I think I'm a Gen 6 supporter. JD Vance was awesome. Yeah, I heard JD Vance was very good. I saw a really good clip of JD Vance talking about Kamala Harris trying to call him out about the country, and then he said, "What the hell have you done?" When does the Kamala honeymoon end? Monday? Yeah, I would imagine the next polls that some of the next polls that come out are probably going to be the end of it. Maybe it goes to like Tuesday or Wednesday, but I think you're right. It's going to be over very soon. I mean, it's lasted long enough. Let's just say that. Any new news? Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. Right wings rally around JD Vance. The left went hard too fast. Yeah, I mean, they did go really hard against Vance. They had a massive. Wow, that's a really nice looking stage.
I want to say hello to everybody and to Turning Point for the fantastic job.
When did this happen?
Turning Point does. Thank you very much, Turning Point. This is a great group.
This was yesterday. JD Vance was the wrong pick. I mean, I can understand why people think that, yeah. Kamala Harris has done shit. Kamala Harris has not won a single thing. I mean, JD Vance is young. Kamala Harris is 20 years older. What do you expect? I mean, I'm guessing she's going to have more of a resume. She's 20. She's 2 decades older. Does CNN have the lowest ratings? I mean, no. Hide your couches from Vance. I think that was false, actually. I think it's been proven to be false. Thoughts on Trump Bitcoin speech? Yeah, that was a really good speech by Trump. That was a really good speech by Trump. Would an October surprise be on Vance? Yeah, but I don't think that would really matter, man. On a VP, no, I don't think they would even do that. I think they would still try and attack Trump. JD Vance, worst VP pick ever. I think we got to calm down on JD Vance. It's just the VP. It's not that big of a deal. Thoughts on Trump literally saying to Christians, just go out and vote one last time. That's actually a misrepresented quote. Trump after that said, it's going to be so good you won't have to vote again, as in he's going to turn around the country. He's not saying he wants a dictatorship. So that was misquoted. Another good candidate would be the 7th booster. Yeah, the 7th booster would be OP. Yeah, it is the last, but I don't think that was what he meant by saying that. But it is the last time you can vote for Trump. Michelle Obama could beat Trump. Well, I mean, it's part of the Obamas. I would agree with that. She could. New poll dropped Trump +2 head to head. Well, if that's true, that's good news. I don't know why they would drop a poll though at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday though. Is it a good pollster? What the fuck was that map? Well, it turned into just a troll map after. You mentioned liking CNN's graphics. Do you have a marketing design background? No. I just like, because it originally came from scoreboards, because I always used to watch sports and stuff, and I always was like grading the scoreboards, and so I like graphics in general, and there's no doubt about it, CNN's got amazing graphics. I mean, I don't like CNN, but they've got amazing graphics. How do you feel about Trump's lead? Confident. Isn't right wing, left wing of the same bird? People do believe that. They think it's all the establishment, but I think it's different with Trump because he wasn't a politician. But I mean, you could still argue he was a billionaire and he was kind of involved. But I mean, certainly there's going to be differences in terms of big policies like immigration and taxes. Michelle, but I wouldn't trust those polls either. Those are hypothetical polls. I don't know about those. I mean, I think Michelle would be that's why I didn't want her, against Trump. But I would not trust those polls. But I did see some really bad polls where she was beating him by like 11. the elections will be so fixed you don't have to vote again. Yeah, that's a misquote. He says because the country's going to be so good. Atlas internal poll, just saw it. That's good numbers. Trump +2 head to head. If Kamala picks Shapiro, does Trump lose PA? Well, that's going to be the immediate reaction. I don't think he immediately loses Pennsylvania. It's going to be a bit annoying, though, for sure. The problem with Trump, the VP pick, Trump was already going to win Ohio, so it's not. I want Trump to win because if Harris wins, then World War III would happen. Well, Kenneth, people say you're crazy. That's absolutely right. The Democrats have shown no willingness to negotiate any type of peace with Russia. You've also got the China situation kicking off. They would heavily fund Taiwan. That would alienate both China and Russia against the United States. It's not a good situation if that happens. That's why I think people realize this is really bad. Let's just make sure this doesn't happen. Let's just get Trump in. Fox News alert sound always makes me think we're in a world war and it scares me. Really? I don't know if I know that sound, but that is interesting. The headless woman. Oh yeah, and that dance. What the hell was that? What if Trump wins and the dollar tanks like they are predicting? Say hello to socialism in 2028. Matt, I'm gonna say something, and it's not really an insult. It's not really an insult. It's. I think if women only voted, they would probably vote for a communist candidate. Just the way they vote, I'm being serious. I think that we would have a communist candidate. Kamala is as high as she's going to be, just like Biden was. She's going to keep going down. Yeah, that's people say it's cope. It's actually not cope. That's a good thought. It's not a misquote. He's saying the quiet part out loud. Who, Trump? Well, Trump's not that stupid. Trump knows if he wants to try and deploy a third term, you don't say it before. So that was just Trump saying, "Listen, it's going to be so good. You're not going to have to vote. It's fine." Good country involved with lots of voting. I mean, I also think it's hard for people to get their feet on the ground when you get into the office and then 4 years, But I understand the system. Just got here. Are you doing a Matt prediction? Yeah, I did actually already do it. This was the final map. Biden's dog gets added. Yeah, maybe. Trump also just hit 51% approval. See, that's why none of this really makes sense. If Trump's hitting all these approval highs, maybe they've updated that poll, by the way. No, they still got the Fox News bullshit. No, this is a Wall Street Journal. I do want to see the likability of Trump if we could see that. Trump's at yeah, that you are right on that. -3. Like, these are all really good numbers for Trump. Harris is at -9.5. Yeah, look at Harris getting all these more positive ones. That's hilarious, man. Well, it's their coalition supporting her. You would love to suck on Kamala's toes. That's typical internet. Hey man, what's up? LOL, what's up? What happened to Trump's previous VP, Mike Pence? Mike Pence doesn't support Trump anymore, I don't think. If we don't win this election, we're not going to have a country. Well, I mean, it is a little dramatic, but there's going to be some big problems for sure. There are going to be some big problems. Yeah, it ended up being a bit of a troll map, honestly, man. If you want to see my map, go to the beginning of the video. Or I guess the beginning of the live stream. Trump over under 290 electoral votes if he wins. I think I have him at 317 right now. I have him at 317. Do you believe what they did at the Olympics was right? No, it was a complete clown show disrespect. Pence was too scared to get. Yeah, that's overblown. That was never going to happen. No, they did not try and kill Pence. That's a lie. That was overblown. Yeah, the opening at the Olympics was really something special for sure. They're gonna blackmail Harris if she wins, like Biden in 4 years. No, I mean I don't know, but I don't think I think they mainly did it to Biden because of his age. What was what it was in Mall of America in Michigan during Trump's speech? Huge watch party. Oh, they had a watch party at Mall of America. Yeah, Mall of America has kind of become forgotten about. But don't they have a roller coaster in Mall of America? It was the biggest mall in the United States. I know Trump does always outperform the polls. I agree. It is impossible for a civil war. It's people don't realize how bad that would be. A civil war would be horrible. Yeah, that was for show. That was for show. That wasn't realistic. And listen, that's like 0.01%. That's nothing. I mean, listen, we've got liberals saying they hope Trump gets killed, and they want to throw a party. Is that do you think that's good talk? I mean, if we're really gonna do this with Pence, we can do it with liberals who were throwing parties when Trump almost died. We can go there. I mean, they will 25th Amendment Biden last week of October on October surprise. That would get the word out on every. But that doesn't really make much sense. It doesn't. I don't think that changes much of anything. I mean, she would be the president for what, like 5 days before the election. Then, do I like roller coasters? I don't mind them. I don't love them, but I mean, I like a roller coaster. If Kamala picks Kelly, she only has to win back Michigan and Pennsylvania. But doesn't she has to keep states as well, like Georgia? She's losing, Arizona, Nevada, states like that. I believe she. If you're what you're saying, if I'm interpreting it correctly, I believe that she would have to keep those states though. But I mean that's two of the Rust Belt states. I still think there would be paths for Trump even if he lost those two states. Yeah, there would be. No, Trump should not have been shot. Well, your own party thinks differently. In a civil war, the people with guns win. Well, it's impossible to say a civil war is going to happen. Yeah, you can't compare any war to like 1850. The real Jan 6 was yesterday. Well, that happened 2 days ago. Yeah, you know those people got shipped in. You know how terrible that is, man? There's three massive flagpoles. They rip the flags down, burn all of them, and put up the Palestine flags. And that's the left. That's all liberals. They love that. They hate the United States. They think we're all racist. They think because we only have white presidents, mainly, we're all racist. And they don't like that we were founded, I mean, that's them. Thoughts on Hillary Clinton? What in general, or like is she gonna? I mean, she is the one of the gods within their party. My God, they just listen to her, no doubt. But she is an entrenched politician, that's for sure. What a letdown for Hillary, though. That 2016 election. You want to talk about a favorite? My God, Hillary was a huge favorite. How can you say there's no civil war? Because I just don't think it's just if we have a civil war, we destroy our own country, man. We destroy our own country if we have a civil war. I mean, maybe there's skirmishes in cities. The Republicans' October surprise, Anthony Weiner. How would that involve Kamala, though? Downfall of Mr. Beast inevitable. Inevitable. I heard Beast. Yeah, I heard they were doing the Beast games and it wasn't going well. But I mean, I don't know. Obviously, he's got a ton of supporters. Notice the mainstream media don't talk about Trump almost dying 2 weeks ago like it never happened. They're upset he's not dead. Yeah, I know it's really terrible. Their party has completely gone off the rails. And they said they're happy that because they think there's going to be a copycat. It's real bad. You're right on that. America 200 years late on diversity quota. Hillary Clinton is an icon. She'd tell you that. Yeah, she thinks she's like the number one female, I'm sure, U.S. politician. I mean, she was the closest to winning. She was the only one to even be nominated. I guess Kamala is going to make it too now. Would a civil war be like a purge? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, honestly, what it would be. I mean, I would imagine armies would rally or some bullshit, but here are some gifts. Yes, here you go. I mean, it's like Santa Claus. Is Santa coming to Joe Rogan? Have some of these gifts if you have Trump on it. And then Joe Rogan's like, this is making me uncomfortable. If conservatives were coming through the border would be closed. Yeah, I mean, conservatives might want it open. It all has to do with, I think conservatives would still close it. His ear is fine. Yeah, because they use plastic surgery and makeup. I mean, this is real. You can't just shoot people if you're going to lose an election. That's bad. Are you concerned with Trump doing outdoor rallies? I am a little bit concerned, Hayden. I would say I'm a little bit concerned with it. I'm worried that a lot of low information will push Kamala over the top. I mean, it's always an information war. There's no doubt about it. But they have bullshit information in 2016, 2020. Look, I think in general, it's Kamala Harris, guys. Do we really think the Rust Belt is going to vote for her? It's just not going to happen. Will Trump be the GOP CEO in 2028? He's going to have enormous influence on whoever he endorses. People think, well, he's going to endorse Vance just because he picked him, but I don't know what'll happen, honestly. Civil War is really... Yeah, because the Civil War happened in 1850. We were not nearly as established as a country as we are now. Joe Biden going full MAGA and endorsing Trump. Well, that would be Dark Brandon. That would be Dark Brandon. Why do celebs love kids? Yeah, how many things have we seen with celebs and people underage? It's really disturbing. Is Trump going to debate Harris? Yes, I believe Trump will debate Harris twice. One time in September, one time in October. He's waiting for her to be the official nominee right now, I'm guessing. Yeah, the name Civil War is an oxymoron. That is correct. We should put alligators at the border. I mean, how would that work, though? It's just... The problem with the border is there's just so much... there's so many hills and mountains, and if it was a straight, flat land, it'd be so easy to defend. And you could actually build a fully connected wall. What are the chances Kamala gets replaced if the polls are low? Obama doesn't seem to support her. Yeah, how about Obama putting out a sham endorsement at 5 a.m.? Listen, I don't think they'll replace her because then it just gets ridiculous. Something would have to happen to her legitimately, like a health problem or something. Haley was propped up. Yeah, you are right, by the establishment. It didn't really matter because Trump owns the party right now with at least 60 to 70% of support. Trump is the Republican Party what Obama is to the... Yeah, not really, though, because Obama's establishment. Trump's still not in with the establishment, but I understand he's the number one influence. You are right on that, like Obama is. And he's still going to be the number one influence no matter what. He's just not in that inner Republican establishment where Obama's fully entrenched. And the people on the outside of that would be someone like a Bernie Sanders. No way the country elects an unlikable Dem from California. That's a great statement. I mean, let's just not overthink this. You know, let's not overthink this. Liberal Ginger, my liberal arc will be legendary. She is 100% confirmed the nominee. He's just stalling. Well, I think he's just waiting for it to be confirmed. It doesn't really matter if he stalls or not. The first debate wasn't even scheduled until September 10th, and that debate wasn't even between Trump and and Harris. The media lied about another thing. That debate was between Trump and Pence, or excuse me, Trump and Biden. Keep Oregon blue. Yeah, Oregon's definitely going to be blue for sure. Harris should whisper into the mic. You can't steal Biden's iconic whisper. You can't steal. You can only hope to. It's not going to be as good. But I think Biden, when he's talking, should do a whisper. It would be epic. Getting more storytime videos. I think I'll do one at some point soon. Yeah. Haley was being propped up by the Democrats. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. They were down. I mean, you had voters switching party affiliation in the primaries. It's pretty remarkable. Love all your content. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate it, man. Trump is the inner establishment. No, he's not, because the inner establishment, the establishment Republicans supported Haley, or at least a lot of them did. Some of them realized that there was no way she was going to win, so they just endorsed Trump or didn't say anything. I'm looking forward to this whole stream going nuts once Trump gets 270. Yeah, it'll be more of like a, I mean, we're gonna look back on it and be like, it's so obvious. Liberals, conservatives, we're gonna come together and be like, it was so obvious Trump was always gonna win. He is the ultimate American dream. He is. I mean, I think liberals are gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to admit it. World War III is closer. Well, I mean, technically, World War III is always closer than ever before because we haven't had World War III yet, if you think about it. But no, I understand what you're saying. But I mean, we can always sit here and say World War III is going to happen. It's impossible to fully predict. But if there are two situations going on with China and Russia, you're really tempting fate with that. Yeah, I'll probably be live maybe 9 or 10 hours on the election, probably. But dude, the thing is, they're already prepping it to say it's not going to be solved. I think they will have a winner. They should have a winner by at least 2 or 3 a.m. It's hard to really say for sure. Ohio apparently removed 160K inactive voter registrations. That's interesting. Trump's niece and nephew won't even vote for him. Well, I mean, I think Biden has bigger family problems, honestly, than Trump. I'm worried about keeping Trump safe for 6 more months. Yeah, that's a big problem. That's going to be a big problem. Trump wants to do outdoor rallies now. It's going to be an issue. Trump going to be campaigning from his bait? No, he's not. He's going to be out for sure. But I'm sure they recommended him not to do a ton of stuff. But he's going to be out for it. I mean, he just did 2 rallies today, or he did a Bitcoin conference and then a rally. I mean, he's going to be out. National championship game is the same day as the inauguration. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but the inauguration happens like, at like 11, 12, like at noon. Yeah, we can't do the same stuff. I agree with you. We can't wait a week until we get the results again. The Obama phone call was so fucking fake. It was pathetic. I mean, how about that? Why would you do it via a phone call? Obama's a huge endorser. He was pissed off. He had to endorse her. They did it through a phone call at 5 a.m. Liberals just say Joe was breaking down and Kamala didn't have the time. They'll never concede their party platform. I know. Well, I mean, that's just the game, though. I mean, they're not going to say it, but They're not going to say it, but obviously it's ridiculous. But it is what it is. That's what it is. What are the odds World War III kills 100% of the world? It's hard to say. Look, people automatically think World War III is going to end the world. I don't think that's the case, but I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of ground fighting to start World War III. That's what I'll say. I think there's going to be a lot of ground fighting before there's any like crazy nukes or anything, and then it's going to take one nuke, and then it becomes a big issue. Yeah, he's going back to Butler, maybe at an airplane hangar. I don't know for sure though. Somebody just told me that he should do indoor events. I know. I actually agree. It's kind of sucks though because I mean, doesn't he get more people with outdoor events? I don't know. Obama phone call was AI. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. If Trump doesn't win, life as we know it will seek to exist. Well, that's only if World War III happens. There is a very high chance we get World War III and a really bad nuclear situation if the Democrats win. Independents admit it. So it could be a problem. You're actually probably right on that. It is a little bit extreme, yeah. It just depends if World War III happens. Is there any liberals in my chats? Normally not many, no. Some people try and troll me, yes, but normally there's not many liberals. Nuclear winter only affects the northern hemisphere. Well, we don't know the exact extent of the nuclear power that these countries have. They withhold it. So people say, well, this is the biggest nuke. I mean, we don't really know that for sure. And plus, you have to actually get to South America or wherever you're going to go. You have to survive the nukes. I mean, if you're in a big city, you got to get out of there. I'm not saying like right now, but if something happens like a world war, I hope Trump can win. I'm really worried. Please help me relax. Well, listen, this is a joke. She wasn't elected. None of the Democrats voted for her. She's got a horrible approval rating. She had one of the worst approval ratings for any VP. They're doing the little MSM kumbaya. Everyone supports her. It's total crap. Non-nuclear MOAB drone. I mean, yeah, you could say that until a major power is losing, and then what do? People are seeing they fear Trump having nuclear codes, yet they get mad that he is friendly with Kim and Putin. Literally the most ass backwards understanding. I know, man. I try and tell these people, it is important. I mean, I'm not gonna say what the dono person said who donated to me. We're like the world's. I mean, you can't say the world's gonna end. Let's come on. But the only issue is if we do get a World War III, liberals already have the propensity to not want to negotiate peace. It's gonna be a problem. The election used to be Ohio and Florida. Now those aren't in the. Yeah, it's just shifted. All right, see you, man. Trump has found a way to be a centrist on abortion. Yeah, they keep trying to jam him up, but he's doing what you should do. And that's like a big problem with the Republican Party in general. If there was a more like establishment candidate, abortion would be a huge issue. You could still argue it is, but Trump's handling it well. What would World War III even look like? Nobody knows. Everyone says former Warsaw Pact against NATO, but nobody really knows what it would look like. Should I put 1,000 on Trump? Well, I mean, I wouldn't see that's not really a good investment, anyways. Even if Trump wins, because you're waiting months for that money, you could invest it elsewhere. I would say. All the YouTube ads I'm getting are for Harris. Yeah, everyone's been reporting that. I'm voting for a felon. Actually, it was one misdemeanor turned into 35 felonies. Yeah, bro, how much did that backfire on them? In your honest opinion, who would win World War III? No bias to USA. Well, it's not a good situation for anyone. That's what I would say. Um, I mean, it's like, oh, if the United States invaded Canada, or if the United States invaded China, who would win? It's just not a good situation. I can't really, I mean, listen, the United States definitely has the most, pretty much everything, but I mean, that doesn't guarantee a win. But I think the United States has the allies to where it'd be very hard for us to be beaten. We have tons of military bases around the world. It'd be very hard to. I mean, we obviously would not get invaded. It's impossible. He's great on foreign policy. Yeah, I agree. Funny how the left says that Trump being elected will be the end of democracy, but we've already had 4 years under Trump and it wasn't the end. I know they would argue January 6th. It's a bullshit argument. Could Trump decline mentally during his presidency? Well, I mean, everything we've seen from Trump, he's been aging phenomenally. So there's nothing that says he would really decline all that much. It's just liberals hoping. How different would the country be if Biden won? I think Biden was just a real establishment Democrat at that point. I don't really think it'd be much different. Do you think they will throw Trump in jail? No, they won't. It'll help Trump even more. Well, dude, I'm not going to tell you where to invest money. I'm just saying, in terms of waiting like 4 months to get a return on your investment, it is kind of tough. But listen, I mean, hard to invade a country where nearly everyone is armed. And also the location with the ocean surrounding us. Fox News is a joke. You have to trust MSNBC, right? I mean, I really don't trust really any of them. I mean, they're all biased. It is what it is. Why are white women stupid enough to vote for Harris? It's just women well, actually, married women normally are actually more conservative, but a lot of it is they view the government as safety. Most of it's they want big government. Women want big government. It's safer, so they'll just vote with the Democrats. China has a ton of factories. Well, China has a fuck ton of soldiers, man. I mean, look at their population. Do you think Biden will drop out before the election? I mean, I think only if it gets really bad for his health, he'll have to drop out. Then yes. Trudeau is down 20 points in the polls from what I've heard. Yeah, I've heard it's going to be a really good situation there in Canada for the right. But who knows? Will RFK get a cabinet position if he endorses Trump? Yeah, I believe that's the deal. Unless you invade it from the inside, that's already happening. I mean, remember when they were the Soviet Union, they had like a Soviet spy talk about that and how it was going to happen, and it's all through like a communist type feel. It's part of the Democrat. It's like a branch of the Democratic Party right now, the socialist side. They play to the feelings, and everyone deserves the same, and it's all the same bullshit. Watch Gutfeld? No, I don't watch that, but I have heard of it. It would be definitely hard to beat America in a war, but my God, would it be terrible to all be involved? Yeah, it's just not. It's not good to be involved in a massive war like that. Odds will likely shift towards Trump, so betting Trump right now wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I guess you could get good value. The other thing is you can on Poly Market you can sell it to where if you bet Trump and he's got like a 55% chance to win, and then but he's not going to change that much. I mean, Trump might go up to like maybe a 65, 70. You could sell that and make like 10% or 15%, whatever it is. I live in Los Angeles. I don't know if I should leave due to the threat of a nuke. Well, I mean, I don't think. I mean, I think if World War III happens, I would get out of major cities, but I don't think you need to leave right now. RFK could be made Attorney General. Yeah, they're saying something with something involving health, probably. I would say because of the vaccine thing, and Trump was talking to him with the vaccine, probably something with health. If India and China go to war, how would Russia and the U.S. react? Well, I don't think that would ever happen, honestly, but I would imagine the U.S. would either support India or stay neutral. Russia probably support. I mean, Russia has been supporting China, but that's an interesting scenario. I mean, India's probably got more allies at this point. But if Russia supports China, I don't know. RFK needs to be a dog unleashed on Fauci. Yeah, that's the main idea. Do you watch Steve Bannon's War Room? I mean, I don't watch it. I've seen it on X, but I mean, it's crazy. I think he went to jail, right? Did he get out yet? How do you think Democrats were able to hijack mainstream viewpoints and make it actually hard to be openly conservative in some places? Yeah, well, originally what they did is they were like, well, this is what I think CNN did. CNN, their original thoughts were, well, we're independent, but the right is so racist and so disgusting. We just have to, agree with the left. Like, I think that's originally what they were trying to go for. And then Trump just started calling them fake news, and it was just a constant. Obviously, now we also know CNN's pretty far left. But it comes down to like liberals supporting all these big governments and all this healthcare and things like that. And it's like, oh, we're all in this together. It's a lot of like smaller socialist type policies, and so they think they're morally in the right, and Republicans are morally in the wrong. So that's really the big play there. Did you hear the rumor Trump regrets picking JD? Yeah, I think that's completely fake. I'm guessing the left made that up, honestly. How reliable is our nuclear missile defense system? Well, I don't have access to that information, but I would imagine we've got one of the best in the world for sure. My greatest fear is another pandemic with a 90% mortality rate. Yeah, that. Pandemics are no joke. I mean, it depends. Biggest fear is a red Oregon. I don't think that's going to be happening, man. I think you're safe on that. Go Trump, go Bucks. OHIO have been doing. You've been doing a fantastic job with your channel. I do not know what region of the country you have, but I would love to hang out with you. JR, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I heard that argument before that single women vote left, but if you're single, does it make more sense to vote for policies that benefit working class? Yeah, that is true. Single men slightly lean to the right. Married men lean pretty far to the right. Married women lean decently to the right. Single women lean far to the left. If World War III happened, would you stay in your city or leave? Well, I mean, at that point, there's probably going to be like things that you'd have to see how the situation was before you do anything. But I mean, there are a lot of rich people that are just going to fuck all of us over because they probably do have underground shit and they can just go on private planes to just other countries and be safe immediately. That would happen. Why is the left so hateful? Yeah, I mean, when you're trying to kill, the opponent, that's not good. Single women, yeah, I agree. Believe big government is the savior. Why, when I look on CNN, why is it CNN or any positive Harris News so many more views than anything showing good for Trump? I think because she's like, I mean, Trump's been in the news. He's been the Republican candidate 3 times now. So this is just her first like boost. It's not surprising. Was the 2020 election rigged? Well, we know for sure it was manipulated. I can't prove 100% they rigged it with the mail-ins and stuff, but I can prove it was manipulated when they silenced the October surprise with Hunter Biden. If India and China went to war, I think U.S. or Russia wouldn't help either of them, and India would win. It depends. I think China would probably win, but India does have a fuck ton of people. World War III during the 2028 LA Olympics. What are the odds of it happening? I mean, I would say very small. RJMB, thanks, man. Are we doing another subscriber fantasy league? Probably, but maybe we gotta wait for a little while to like mid August. Watching your channel for a year now. You have a great channel, especially how you merge politics and sports. Thanks, man. Am I hiring for what position? Not all of us are hateful. LOL. No. It's late at night. I'm kind of being an asshole to Democrats right now. I know you're not all. World War III% keeps going up by the day. Um, yeah, I mean, it's impossible to say when World War III will happen. I mean, I hope it never happens, but obviously it's probably inevitable at some point. India has more people than China. Yeah, but China's got a significantly stronger army. Am I gonna do more story time videos? Yeah, somebody asked me about that earlier in the stream. I will do another one hopefully soon. Just got back from watching Deadpool 3. Yeah, I saw the first two. I haven't seen the third one. They said the third one was in theaters or something. I don't know. That you won't have to vote again. Everything will be fixed. Quote from Trump was incredibly stupid. I understand it was taken out of context, but it's just teeing up a talking point. I said Trump should stop talking about that stuff, but that wasn't even a plan. I think Trump was just off the cuff. They were saying that. So Trump was off the cuff, and then they misquoted him. And listen, I'm not saying it was smart what Trump said, but it was misquoted. How many shooters do you think for Trump? Bongino's been all over it. I think there was probably only one. Would Putin find a photo of Trump and it says President-elect Trump, he will cry? Well, I think NATO would also cry, but they would not be tears of joy. Hiring to help with your channel, like researching for videos or video editor. I mean, I don't know how much I could pay. I mean, it would maybe not right now. And it's usually the extreme radicals on both sides that make the parties look bad. Yeah, of course it is. Did you see the? Yeah, I saw that video that Elon shared. It's pretty crazy. I have not seen Inside Out 2. Yeah, I do live in Ohio, man. If the doomsday clock hits zero, yeah, I don't really understand that. They reverse the time, so it's kind of I don't know, man. The doomsday clock is kind of weird to me because they can reverse time and stuff. I don't know. I don't know where it is now. I know whenever something breaks out, the doomsday clock moves, but they never report on it moving back. NATO runs all over Biden. Yeah. Have you heard of the? Oh, of course, the fine people hoax. Yes, and that was a crazy situation because Snopes randomly disproved it, and then Biden brought it up during the debate. If World War III comes, will I do a live stream? I'm not sure I would, we'd be worrying about my live stream, honestly. I mean, if there was another war, I might do a live stream on it. If World War III happens, that's a little bit different. I don't know what the protocol is for that. Yeah, the ivermectin stuff, that's ridiculous. They did that to Rogan. I think when Trump wins, the Democrats and MSM are going to say that Trump rigged the 2024 election. Yeah, probably they'll probably say Russia won it for Trump. They'll probably say it was Russian interference again. Trump versus Biden was a layup. Trump versus Harris is a mid-range shot. Maybe it's a floater. Maybe it's a floater. I'm confused. The media keeps saying Kamala is polling better with young people and black Hispanic voters, but when I see it, the breakdown, it doesn't really seem much better than Biden. Yeah, no, you're right. Well, it's her big hype. I mean, she's performing slightly better because they've come around her and she's their main candidate now. But it doesn't really mean much in like a week or so. A dog dropped off at its shelter for being gay. He humped another male dog. I never heard of that, man. I don't know if you're trolling. Who do I think should become president? I mean, it's too early to really say that. Hmm. Do you think Mexicans' longest drug lord turning himself in will be used as Kamala for say they're beating their? I mean, maybe. I mean, the war on drugs is so. I don't think it's going to win anyone's votes because we nobody really can prove that we're winning it or losing it. I guess by deaths of fentanyl or something. But do you mine any crypto? I don't mine any crypto now. But that was probably a big thing in like 2017, 2018. It's a lot harder now. Will Romney or Christie ever support Trump? Romney will. No, Romney's not going to. Christie, I haven't heard what Christie said recently on Trump. Yeah, Texas is not going to go blue. Go blue, man. Sorry for the spam posts, and they're hard to read. Only have a certain amount of words I can use, but I'm glad I found you, man. Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate it, Skull. Anthony Scaramucci predicted Vance won't last much longer. I think that's all crap, man. Trump exchanging Vance out would probably look extremely weak. I mean, just curious, why don't you go out? Yeah, I should go out. No, but I mean, I have not done a ton of live streams recently, I guess. I've done about 4 or 5 in a row, but before that, I didn't really do any. Invest in Doge. I mean, I think there's better options than Doge, but I think Doge will do a 20x maybe. My brother had too much ivermectin. He overdosed on ivermectin. Your brother overdosed on ivermectin. Thoughts on Tesla? This I think the stock will do very well. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of people that hate Vance. I'm not gonna lie in this chat. It's people gotta calm down. Remember the guy a couple streams ago who had the long name? Yeah, he had a double negative. He had a two. His name was 2 lines, and then he just kept spamming stuff. Doug Burgum, I think he's a nothing burger. I knew Doug Burgum wasn't going to be the pick. Dude, what's with all these people retracting their message? This is some strange stuff going on. It's just this dude. I'm like, why is this dude what's with all the hate for Vance? I know Republicans have to understand this is just the left trying to clown him and trying to. Yeah, he's eating and then he deletes it all of it. He deletes all the. I don't even know what he's retracting all the messages. People got to calm down on Vance. It's all the left. It's all propaganda. Does anyone know how RFK Jr. is polling? Yeah, RFK is getting like 5% outside of like New Hampshire. He's not really going to get much. I wish Tulsi was the VP choice. I know, I do too. JD doesn't help with like Ohio at all. That's the problem. That's a false. He didn't make love to a couch. I think that's been proven false, right? I do have an iPhone, honestly. Vance is right about childless cat ladies. Yeah, but it's not the most ideal thing to say. But it's not a big issue. It'll blow over. China, yeah. There's no way China should be buying any farmland in the United States anywhere. That's ridiculous. Black Trump supporters switching to Harris. Maybe a few did. Katie Britt for press. She's had some awkward moments. I mean, she's hot. Tulsi destroyed Kamala in 2020. That's kind of funny that Kamala ends up being the candidate now. Yeah, I heard the Vance couch story was fake as well. I haven't really looked too much into it, but I heard it was fake. Yeah, people think he maybe fucked in between couch cushions or something. I don't know what the story is. Maybe that's just my speculation, but it's fake. LA Coliseum got a very nice renovation. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description. But it's almost midnight, so I'm gonna turn it off. Kamala husband and his daughter will drag down the ticket. I don't think people really care about that stuff, honestly, man. Trump will get the highest black man. Yeah, that's what they've been saying. That's the narrative that he's going to do very well. Yeah, guys, good night, man.